I'm gonna tell you, lucky people, the secret speed that this simulation runs at that no one else has realised or knows. Knowing the speed
is like being able to see the walls of the hologram.
Or know the refresh rate of this virtual reality that you and I exist inside.
And I'm going to take you on such an illuminating journey of discovery that you'll probably shit your pants.
So pack some spare ones before we set off. Ready? You might be thinking, what's the point? Why do I need to know the speed of the simulation? Because it's another key to unlocking and hacking this simulation.
Collecting all the keys by watching all my videos will give you every key you need to hack the Matrix.
So, what is the speed of the simulation? The speed of the video game that we're all inside. I read this book written by a computer geek who has no idea how to translate difficult subjects into easy to read and fun ways. Probably a virgin as well. The science on this is so boring and hard to understand, and I won't bore you with it because you'll just switch off, won't you? And I don't want that. I want you to watch till the end, where I've placed an Easter egg. No, not a chocolate egg, you nincompoop. A video game Easter egg, a secret hidden code. And you can't skip to the end to see it, because it won't make any sense. Lol. Collect all my Easter eggs and you could win a very special prize. So, you want to know the speed of this simulation?
186,000 miles per second. To put that into perspective, light from the moon takes 1.3 seconds to arrive on Earth.
I bet you could also probably see James Corden on the moon if we blasted him up there. Now that would be brilliant. 186,000 miles per second, which is the same as the speed of light. Coincidence?
That's because that number is the speed of light. The walls of the simulation is the speed of light.
So if you don't blink for ages, you can see it. If we do live inside a giant video game,
and we exist in what you could effectively call a virtual reality holographic world where the things in our immediate environment are rendered by our own headsets in base reality,
rendering just our field of view exactly like a virtual reality game,
then my maybe fudged up reasoning is the speed of light is the speed that the simulation runs at.
And because holograms are made of light, the speed of the simulation is a fundamental, unbreakable law of this reality. Exactly like a virtual reality game.
But is the speed of light the speed of the simulation?
Is that why it's impossible to travel any faster than the speed of light?
According to Einstein's general theory of relativity, it's physically impossible for anything to travel faster than the speed of light. As an object approaches the speed of light, the object's mass becomes infinite, and so does the energy required to move it. That means it is impossible for any matter to go faster than the light travels.
So, the programmers of this video game do not want us to go any faster than the speed of light. Cool. I wonder what would happen if we actually hit the speed of light. I reckon the walls of this simulation would break down, and we'd be able to see the programmers looking down at us through the clouds. Even the American Science darling, who I think, ironically, sounds like a pissed version of Woody from Toy Story. Which is ironic, because he's an astrophysicist, he would be more suited to being Buzz Lightyear. Anyway, he said the same thing in a recent podcast.
Maybe that's why we can't travel faster than the speed of light, because if we could, we'd be able to get to another galaxy
before they could program
that galaxy. So much fun.
So the programmer put in that limit.
Put in the limit.
Because that's the fastest they can get.
We can't program fast enough. So we put in a limiter. The speed of light is a limiter so that you can't get to the next thing before we build it.
How interesting. The speed of light could be the universal speed limit and could be the speed limit that the programmers of this simulation put in. Because if we could travel any faster than the speed of light, we could reach a part of the universe that hasn't been programmed yet. The speed of light could be the number made by the programmers of the simulation that we live in, and we can't go any faster than the speed of light because the computer in base reality can't process the information faster than that. Apparently, when you do start approaching anywhere near the speed of light, strange, odd and weird things start happening. The speed of light is a constraint of our physical reality, or the physics engine that this simulation is using to render the world around us. Like a virtual reality game. I recently played an Oculus Quest 2 playing Pistol Whip.
When I first put the headset on, it completely fooled my senses into believing that I was standing on a ledge looking out across this strange world. And I couldn't help but laugh because it was amazing. It's the first time that a video game has felt fully immersive in the sense that while playing the game and dodging bullets, I could feel a visceral gut feeling of dread when a bullet hit me or I face slammed into the wall, or felt like I was about to fall off the edge. I would get that stomach flip.
Like this.
What's that swinging in the wind?
Mom, look around.
No, this is gonna make me.
You gotta run, Mom. Run.
The light inside the VR headset has to be fast enough. We call this the refresh rate to fool our eyes into the object looking solid. If our 3D reality is actually a virtual reality construction, then what we think of as physical space and time is just a virtual construction. Just like the world inside that Oculus Quest. It was virtual and yet it still fooled my senses.
We are probably inside a virtual reality world.
That we fully entered by choosing to forget who we were, to fully immerse ourselves in this world as someone new. And the speed of light is probably the speed of the virtual reality video game that we call life.